Welcome to video number 6, summarizing your information using an outline. The only topic that we are going to cover in this video is using the National History Day project analysis outline. We've created an outline for you that will help you to gather your thoughts about your topic and put them in a more manageable format before you start creating your presentation. So each of you will have a copy of this project analysis outline, and I'm going to just show you how you should go about filling it out. So first you type in your topic. Our topic is the Manhattan Project, so I typed it right there. In the thesis statement box, I want you to copy and paste your thesis statement from your thesis worksheet or the template that you worked on with any changes that your teacher gave you into this box. This will give us one more chance to take a look at your thesis statement before the end of the project to make sure that it's a good one. So we have ours. Hundreds of years of scientific exploration took place before scientists in Germany were able to create a nuclear chain reaction in 1939. This discovery created the drive to weaponize this new technology, and in the United States it led to the creation of the Manhattan Project. The Manhattan Project, led by physicist Dr. Robert Oppenheimer, was created with the mission of building an atomic weapon before the Germans did. They achieved their goal on July 16, 1945, with the first successful detonation of an atomic bomb, and they went on to break barriers in the scale and destructiveness of warfare when the bombs created by the team were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. I am missing a comma. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cards 2 through 8. I'm going to put them in front of me. Okay, here's 2. Key dates, or here's 2. It's a mental barrier. They made sure we created, okay, before the Germans. Discovery of fission, July 16th, August 6th. It's a global barrier. Okay, so I'm looking at these cards, and I have to say something about what kind of barrier it is, and I have to say something about the dates, and I have to say something about how it's a global barrier. Okay, so I'm going into my outline. The discovery of nuclear fission in 1939 started the search, the process that eventually led to the creation of nuclear weapons. Before this discovery, weapons were destructive, but nowhere near as destructive as atomic weapons would be. Okay, so what do I have? I have the destruction, I have the fission part, and I have the destruction part. Didn't know that they could do it. I kind of covered that. Okay, so now I want to talk about the creation of the Manhattan Project and the Trinity test next. In the United States, capitalize that, the Manhattan Project was created to make sure that we developed nuclear weapons technology before Germany. What else do I have? That's kind of the breaking of the barrier. So more of the barrier. So we didn't think we could do it. That's a barrier. Also, we broke a barrier in destructiveness. Let's see. Let's look at some of my other cards here. Create the group that becomes afraid. Hitler and Germany. First step with Christian Advisory Committee. Oh, I want that. Okay. The first step was the creation of the Advisory Committee on Rich Fund. I like this. I'm going to copy and paste it, and hopefully I have been paraphrasing the whole time, so when I copy and paste this into my outline, I am not plagiarizing. You just want to be double sure and make sure that you're not plagiarizing, because plagiarism here would be particularly bad. If you plagiarize here, then chances are you will on your presentation, and then we will notice and you will be not meeting the expectations of the project. The other thing that I want you to do here is I want you to make sure that as you are taking information from sources, you note those on the outline. So I have to put source C because I definitely used that one. I also used H and A because I took information from here and here and here, and those are the sources I used. So C, H, and A. I mean, you don't have to put them in parentheses, you can just list the letters, but just make sure that you know where you're getting the information from. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We're looking for somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 5 complete sentences that fully summarize the barrier and, the barrier. So in this one, you're basically focusing on the barrier. The next one, you're going to focus on how the barrier was broken. So what I would do is I would take your cards 9 through 14, lay them out in front of you, and try to summarize the information that's on there. Also, looking for 3 to 5 sentences that fully summarize how the barrier was broken. So for this, I'm not going to write full sentences, but I have to talk about the Trinity test. I have to talk about the dropping of the bombs. And because up here in my thesis statement, I said that they broke barriers in the scale and destructiveness of warfare, I need details like numbers of people who were killed, and I also need just like dollar amounts in terms of damage. Now, I am not writing complete sentences right now because I'm just making notes. You could also do that, but then you have to take these and you have to turn them into complete sentences. In the end, when you turn in this outline, it should have complete sentences in the boxes. So it should be your thesis statement, it should be 3 to 5 complete sentences here, 3 to 5 complete sentences here, and then when you get to this one, this is cards 15 through 20. One more time, you're going to need 3 to 5 complete sentences in this box. And let's see, what should those sentences do? That explain the importance of your topic. So, someone broke a barrier. So what? Go in and tell me why it's important. With this one, I would talk about how it changed warfare forever. It changed warfare overall, worldwide. It made, it started the Cold War. The Soviet Union and the United States competed to see who could have more nuclear weapons. And that led to lots of things like Vietnam and the Korean War. All of those were between capitalists and communists, and there was a threat of nuclear war during that. Also, the Cuban Missile Crisis, I would have to mention that. So the development of this weapon changed warfare. It changed the relationship between the Soviet Union and the United States. It had a ripple effect and caused lots of other different conflicts throughout history. I will explain how my topic led to those other things. Then, when I get to the bottom, you're going to do a summary. I'm going to change this. 3 strong sentences, 1 per question. So, In one sentence, explain your barrier. In one sentence, explain how it was broken. And in one sentence, explain how the topic impacted history. This conclusion should be similar to, in length especially, your thesis statement, but it should not be the same. So, in different words, explain the barrier. In different words, explain how the barrier was broken. In different words, describe how your topic impacted history, why it's important. So, 3-sentence conclusion. At the end of this, you've basically written a 5-paragraph essay about your topic, but you've used your note cards to do that. If you have any questions, please make sure that you ask your teacher. Couple key things: make sure you're writing in complete sentences, make sure you're listing your sources at the bottom, and make sure that you are putting all of the important information about your topic in the box where it belongs. Thank you and good luck.